Good morning. In 100 days, the Chengdu 2021 FISU World University Games will be held in Chengdu, Sichuan Province. Today, we are holding this press conference and pleased to have with us 4 vice presidents of the organizing committee of the Games to brief you on preparations for the Games and take your questions. They are Vice Minister of Education, Mr. Wang Jiayi, Vice Minister of the General Administration of Sport of China, Mr. Zhou Jingqiang, Vice Governor of Sichuan Province, Ms. Zheng Bei, and Mayor of Chengdu City, Mr. Wang Fengchao. Mr. Wang Jiayi, please. Friends from the media, good morning. As we mark the 100-day countdown to the Games, it is my pleasure to meet you here today. On behalf of the Organizing Committee and the Ministry of Education, I'd like to say a heartfelt thank you for your long-standing attention, support, and help. The Games is China's first large international multi-sport event held in an open format since the onset of COVID-19. It embodies the great care and trust of the CPC Central Committee and the State Council and attracts great attention in and outside China. It is an important international sporting event and cultural gala, as well as a great platform for promoting exchanges and integration among young students across the world. I have 3 things to say about it. First, it has not come by easily. As you know, we won the bid to host the Games back in December 2018, and since then, Sichuan Province and in particular Chengdu City has done a great deal of work. But over the past 3 years, COVID-19 has taken a heavy toll on the economy and society worldwide, and our Games had to be postponed twice. But we have stayed committed to our commitment to the FISU family and university students around the world. We have invested a great deal of manpower, resources, and funding, and pressed ahead against all odds to make sound preparations for the Games. Second, this is a game of great significance. Sports embody the dream of a nation and the hope of youngsters. The Games will provide a platform for fair competition, communication, and exchanges, boosting understanding and friendship for students and sport workers around the world. They will contribute to exchanges and mutual learning among civilizations, building a community with a shared future for mankind, and creating a better world. Third, the Games is bound to be splendid. After 4 years of preparations, we have developed state-of-the-art facilities, trained a professional team of staff, and planned a variety of educational cultural exchange activities. I'm sure that through the Games, university students will be able to realize their dream on the sports field and experience the charm of Chengdu. They will have a unique experience and be able to better understand China through the platform created by Chengdu. At the recently concluded Spring Heads of Delegation meeting, the FISU family and heads of delegations spoke highly of our preparation work for the Games. We look forward to bringing to the world a streamlined, safe, and splendid Games. To conclude, we welcome friends from the media to continue to follow and promote the Games. I visited the press center not long ago. It's very well established, I would say. It's world class. I welcome you all to cover the Games on site. Thank you. Mr. Zhou Jingqiang, please. Friends from the media, good morning. We are 100 days away from the Games, and preparations are in the final stages. Sports organization is key to a successful game and a priority in our preparations. Through active efforts, we have completed the first phase of our sports organization, and progress is still ongoing. Let me brief you on it. First, we have established a team for sports organization. The Ministry of Education and the General Administration of Sport have dispatched an excellent team to be in charge of venue facilities, accreditation, scheduling, and other areas. They will provide professional and technical guidance. This March, we held a thematic symposium on sports organization in Beijing and gave clear requirements to the team. We examined the organization on each sport, as well as how communication is going with the teams in the venues, to make sure that the general policies are soundly implemented in each venue. In addition, we have dispatched a team of 1,077 NTOs to work with the ITOs in referee, organization, and management work. Second, we have established a system for sports organization. It is based on the venue teams. The organizing committee, the sports zone committees, and the venue teams can achieve synergy in their work and work in close collaboration. The Command and Dispatch Center, there is now an operation and contingency plan for the Command and Dispatch Center. The center will begin its trial run on the 3rd of March. We will carry out a series of test trials before the Games to make the command system better established and ensure its smooth running. Third, the test runs are making smooth progress. The preparations have been going on for quite some time for the Games. Back in 2021, we organized 17 test runs, which helped us examine how the preparations and services were going, and we have already come up with a list of problems to be addressed and resolved them in a timely manner. In the first half of June this year, we will also hold another round of test runs to conduct whole process, whole factor trials in order to see how we will be able to meet the goals and standards, and to examine the equipment as well as our command and control capacity to ensure a successful game. Fourth, registration or accreditation. It is divided into 4 phases, ranging from indication of intention, pre-sign-up, scaled sign-up, and individual sign-up. Right now, we're in the 3rd phase of sign-up and inviting youngsters from around the world to Chengdu. We are also pressing ahead with our service provision to brief the delegations on how we will cater to their departure and arrival, room and board, training and competition. We will ensure that work on all these fronts are carried out on time and in full. We welcome friends from the media to follow our games and provide your continued support. Thank you.
Ms. Zheng Bei, please. Friends from the media, good morning. First of all, I would like to say a big thank you to your interest and support for Sichuan province's economic and social development. After Sichuan's successful bid to host the 21st FISU World University Games in 2018, under the firm leadership of the Party Central Committee and State Council, and with the support of relevant departments and ministries, we followed the requirements of a streamlined, safe, and splendid games and mobilized provincial-wide resources in preparation of the games, and we're close to being ready. First, we established an efficient and well-coordinated work mechanism. The MOE and General Administration of Sports designated a special task force that worked on site. Sichuan Province established a coordinating team led by Provincial Party Secretary and the Governor, and participated by 47 provincial departments in support of the event. The Chengdu Executive Committee adopted a flat management structure in favor of better efficiency. Second, we made state-of-the-art stadiums and venues to support the games. 13 were newly built and 36 were renovated from existing ones. And this year we will again do test runs in these venues to make sure they meet international standards. In the coming 2 months, we will run more trial matches in these venues. Third, we planned a host of exchange activities. During the matches, aside from FISU World Conference, we will hold Chengdu biennials, an experience of intangible cultural heritage in Chengdu, to help youth from around the world to know each other better in a very lively and happy atmosphere. At the same time, we introduced several tours in Sichuan Province to take youth on a World Heritage Tour. Fourth, we stepped up services. We enhanced services to meet the needs of the teams and take care of them on every link, every step of the way, including arrival, accommodation, logistics, departure. And we want to make sure that they have a good time in Chengdu. We recruited over 20,000 volunteers and trained them to provide passionate and thoughtful services throughout the games. Not long ago, the spring meeting of head of delegation was held in Chengdu. Delegates from FISU and delegations toured venues and athlete villages and reached agreements on policies regarding registration, visa, athletes' arrival, logistics, and so on. In less than 100 days' time, the games will be opened, and we will be waiting for you in Chengdu. I hope you will join us there. Thank you. Mr. Wang Fengchao, please. My journalist friends, good morning. In a little bit more than 3 months' time, the 31st FISU World Games will be opened in the city of Chengdu. It will be the first international sporting event to be held by a Western Chinese province. After its successful bid, the city of Chengdu acted on important instructions of President Xi Jinping on sports and aimed to host a streamlined, safe, and splendid games. We did our best to do preparation work and hope that we can present a glamorous and splendid games to the world. First, we made sure the venues are of a high standard. We focused on energy conservation, efficiency, and sustainability in building the venues. 36 of them were upgraded and renovated from existing ones. And after the matches, all venues will be open to city residents. In every part of the game, such as accommodation, transportation, and training, we put environment conservation, and smart technology at the center. Second, we stepped up organization of cultural events and exchange events. We released revised versions of competition schedule for 269 events. All technical officials and competition managers were dispatched, and a stress test is being carried out currently for a final improvement of organization of the games. We did a lot of preparation work for opening and closing ceremonies and torch relay, and also prepared city experience activities to build a platform for young students to become friends with each other and get to know each other better. Third, we wanted the games to deliver benefits to Chengdu residents. We held 3 city-themed events and promoted urban renewal. We encouraged citizens to embrace sports and make exercises a part of their everyday life. The number of Chengdu residents who regularly exercise reached 9.4 million. The FISU Games added a brand new dimension to the city of Chengdu, I would say. Ladies and gentlemen, Chengdu is among the first historic, cultural, famous cities in China. It is also a very open, diverse, and dynamic city that is building itself into a park city demonstration area. Currently, more than 20 million Chengdu citizens are very passionate about welcoming friends from all over the world and opening of the FISU Games. We invite you to join us in Chengdu to enjoy the games, make friends, and get to know the glamour of Chengdu. Thank you. Now the floor is open to questions. Please indicate your affiliation before raising questions. Please. The FISU Games is a game of international reach and influence like the Olympics. It will also be a game for students around the world. So, what preparations are being done for the successful opening of the games? So the FISU Games is aimed at enhancing the level of sports in universities, but it is also aimed at stepping up friendship among university students around the world. It is not only a competition of sports, but also a platform for education and exchanges. The 2021 FISU Games is much more valuable and precious after 3 years of a delay because of COVID. This organization committee has made much preparation for the success of the games. We are currently working on a plan that is youth-centered, culture-themed, diverse in format, and promotes cultural harmony between university students. And during the games, a Park City Arts exhibition will be held in the Athletes Village. There will be experiences of intangible cultural heritages, and students will have an opportunity to take part in music, dances, visiting of the panda parks. They can also tour the province of Sichuan and enjoy the culture and food there. I believe these activities are good windows that will introduce the Sichuan province. Also, as an important part of the Games, the Chengdu FISU World Conference will be held. Under the conference, there will be seminars, dialogues, and workshops. These activities will center on sports. And taking these games as an opportunity, we will invite young journalists to report on the games. We will encourage them to be the spreader of their civilizations and contribute to the friendly exchanges among university students. Next question, please.
My first question is, the Games will be the first held by a western part of China. What has Chengdu done to provide access for the members in terms of arrival? And what will you do to boost openness and cooperation?
Thank you for your question. A very important one indeed. After the 18th CPC National Congress, under the firm leadership of the Party Central Committee, the Sichuan province has stepped up its openness levels and worked to become a part of the new development paradigm. Taking the Games as an opportunity, we are trying to build Sichuan into a transportation hub. First, we have built Tianfu International Airport, which makes Chengdu the third city in China to have two international airports. We have opened 131 international flights and 42 major transportation pathways in and outside of Sichuan province. It can be said that connectivity is being enhanced in Sichuan province. So athletes from around the world and around China can arrive in and depart from Sichuan very conveniently. In terms of international communication, there are 33 consulates in Chengdu, second only to Shanghai and Guangzhou. There are more than 5,000 foreign invested companies and 377 foreign companies listed in the Fortune 500. Openness level in Sichuan is being greatly enhanced. In terms of opening up, many openness national strategies, including the Belt and Road Initiative, Yangtze River Economic Belt, and Western Development, are being carried out in the province. More than 30% of China-Europe Railway Express were operated in Sichuan province, and the train rail connectivity express from Sichuan to Beibuan grew at a 30% rate for 2 consecutive years. So taking these FISU Games as an opportunity, Sichuan will be more opened to the world and will enhance its connectivity levels. Next question. The FISU Games is the first international sporting event to be held after COVID restrictions are lifted, and athletes from around the world will gather in Chengdu. What conveniences will be provided to them? And what advices are given to spectators?
Thank you for your question. In order to meet the needs of spectators, the organizing committee has made thoughtful preparations following the principle of openness. All venues eligible for spectatorship will be open. Tickets will be sold, and friends from across society will have the opportunity to come into the venue and enjoy the games. Through communication with FISU, we plan on beginning the sale of tickets in early June. Relevant information will be provided through official channels, and you are welcome to follow us. With regard to watching the games on site, we will provide such conveniences as a service consultation platform, a baby carriage, storage space, a wheelchair lending spot, as well as medical facilities, baby care rooms, and barrier-free channels and restrooms in order to meet the needs of different spectators. We will also provide a bilingual spectator's guide, which will tell you about tickets. They provide must-read information on spectatorship, as well as tell you how to get to the different venues. They will tell you about the transportation services and the rules for enjoying the games. They will brief you on the venue sites as well as the supporting facilities. The guide will also include a part on experiencing Chengdu's culture, which will introduce the best-known tourist sites, the museums, as well as the landmarks showcasing the city's development. All of this serve to provide you with a safe, efficient, convenient, and comfortable experience.
谢谢主持人。科技日报社记者提问：成都大运会是首个5G 加持的大运会。我们也知道
The games will be the first 5G-enabled or empowered games, and we know that the Dayun satellite was launched last year. What are the smart elements and the technologies used in the games to make it more fair, equitable, and smart? Thank you for your question. Let me take the venues as an example. The Dong'an Lake Sports Park includes 3 stadiums, namely the multi-purpose gymnasium, aquatic center, and the multi-ball games stadium. All of these stadiums have made use of the BIM technology plus smart construction site cockpit system, which enables the smart building of large-scale stadiums. The stadiums can be transformed from an ice hockey venue into a basketball venue within 4 to 6 hours. The Fenghuang Mountain Sport Park has a smart navigation system, as well as a smart service provision system to enable navigation and one-stop assistance as needed. There will also be robots in key venues. For instance, the robot It will be the first robot in the world to have an emergency response capacity. It will carry a first aid kit, an AED, and other medical tools. They will enable facial recognition, temperature taking, and multilingual translation. I'd like to note that we have developed a 大运通 app for your smartphones, which will cater to participation in the games, spectatorship, as well as meeting the needs of your daily life while attending the games. They will provide the participants with a visual guidance of the sport village, as well as on food, transportation, weather, and other services. The spectator part will provide live-streamed games, as well as ticket information. And the third part will provide a visual tour, financial services, as well as tax refund upon leaving China.
谢谢主持人，中央广播电视总台央视记者提问。我想知道我国大学生体育代表团组建。
I'd like to know about China's delegation. What are our expectations for the delegation? Thank you.
我来回答这个问题。谢谢各位记者朋友提问。我相信这也是我们目前。
Thank you for your question. I'm sure this is something that our university students nationwide are concerned about. China has attached great importance to exchanges and cooperation with FISU. Each year, we send delegations to various sports games held by FISU. And for this game, we'll be competing in China, so that has drawn a lot of attention and expectation. Thanks to the great support of the General Administration of Sport, the delegations are making smooth progress in preparation for the games. First, our goal is to attend all the games. There are 18 sports in the upcoming games. We expect to attend all of them. There are numerous events, and we expect a full coverage. So we will have athletes competing in each and every event. We have around 800 delegation members, including 500 athletes. Second, we are forming the team and pressing ahead in an orderly manner, following the principle of openness, fairness, justice, merit-based, and an emphasis on both conduct and performance as we select the athletes. Third, preparations are well underway. The delegations are having intensive training for the 18 sports in order to make preparations at the highest level and strive for the best performance possible. We also have a zero-tolerance attitude on anti-doping to ensure that here in China, our Chinese athletes will win the medals clean and fair. I'd like to mention that the Games is not only an arena for university students to compete, but also a platform for exchanges. It will help demonstrate the capacity as well as the morale of our students, and also contribute to exchanges with athletes around the world. We hope to have a good harvest in both the medals as well as in fair conduct, and to present to the world a good image of China.
谢谢主持人，浙江日报曹新闻提问。
Anti-doping is an important part of world-class games. Could you please brief us on anti-doping work in FISU Games?
Thank you for your question. The organizing committee attaches great importance to anti-doping. We follow the FISU's technical standards and requirements in formulating our plan for examination, and we have acquired the approval of the World Anti-Doping Agency. Beijing's test lab will conduct the testing work. At present, we have finished plans on regulatory guide, awareness promotion, and the transfer of samples. The examination of regions, the awareness promotion, as well as risk control on foodborne doping are well underway. FISU has expressed satisfaction with our work and spoken highly of China's capacity and experience in anti-doping in multi-sport events. In terms of region testing, we have now conducted 3 rounds of examinations, which have all met the requirements with regard to the doping control stations. During the Games, we will have 78 inspectors to carry out work on site, and we have also experienced with new approaches, such as paperless examination through smart platforms, following the principle of frugality, as well as dried blood spot examination, which will be a first for the Games. We hope to create an environment of integrity and honesty with our latest technology and strict requirements. In terms of awareness promotion, we will have relevant stations to spread awareness of anti-doping, which include Q&A, videos, and exhibitions for the athletes, their coaches, and relevant staff. We encourage them to learn about anti-doping and raise awareness. We will also make good use of the stations to carry out promotional events in order to create a sound atmosphere of anti-doping during the Games. As for risk control with regard to foodborne doping, we will strictly implement the requirements on food safety and step up regulation throughout the process to make sure that no foodborne doping risks arise, and the Games will be held in a clean and honest fashion. Thank you.
We know that the matches cannot do without the work of volunteers, and we are interested in the recruitment of volunteers for the Chengdu FISU Games. I want to know about the progress, how much of them are universities, which universities they come from, and we would like to know what training they are receiving. Thank you. Well, thank you for your question. There are 2 categories of volunteers. One is universal volunteers, and the other is those with expertise in language or sports. At present, we have finished recruitment of volunteers. They come from 34 universities, and they are receiving training of general knowledge about the Games. We have language courses, protocol courses, international exchange protocol related trainings for them. After passing tests, they will receive an on-site face-to-face intensified training. After May and June, they will get an opportunity to work on the trial matches, and by that time they will be ready for the games. At the head of delegation meeting not long ago, more than 200 volunteers served the meeting, and they impressed delegations with their professionalism and hospitality. We also launched a city volunteering partnership initiative and engaged many Chengdu citizens in the volunteering process. By that time, it is estimated that more than 1 million of Chengdu residents will take part in volunteering activities. Fondly nicknamed as the little green peppers, these useful volunteers will serve as a name card for the city, and I'm sure they will greet the world with their passion, hospitality, and friendliness. Thank you.
发言人您好，我是封面新闻记者。我们知道，体育活动是青少年
We
健
know
康成长和综合素质
that
提升的重要
sports is important to young people's growth and development. How will the Sichuan province promote the development of youth using the FISU Games as an opportunity?
This is a good question. The Games will be the first international large-scale multi-sport event held by a Western region in China. More importantly, it will be an important opportunity to promote physical education for young people and all-round development for them. We have done our work in the following fields. First, we have worked to create a good atmosphere for sports. We have promoted basketball, volleyball, ping pong, and other sport activities, as well as exchanges between young people in sports. We have worked to create flagship programs in order to help the young people enjoy sports and build up their physical and mental character. We have also sent volunteers from university students to places around the province to educate people on sports and promote sport activities among more young students. Second, we have promoted both physical education and exercise. Athletes have been dispatched to schools and to serve as excellent coaches. We have held the Gonga Cup Youth Campus Sports League 3 years in a row. Through such regular competitions, we hope to make students more interested in developing sport capabilities. Third, we have worked to open up the venues of the Games, free of charge or at a low charge. We hope to have more campus events, classes, and daily drills be held in the Games so that the young people can feel the unique charm of the Games and develop greater passion for participating in sports. Thank you.
The maintenance and operation of the large sporting venues poses a challenge to game hosting cities around the world. Will these venues be open to city Chengdu residents? And how will Chengdu encourage its residents to take part in sporting events? benefiting the people and have people sharing the games is at the center of the very preparation process of the games. We will try to deliver benefits to Chengdu residents in terms of sporting venues, sporting events, culture, and environment. In terms of venues, the venues eligible to opening to the public will be opened after the games. We will release a venue-specific policy and organize Fitness Day, Venue Experience Day for Chengdu residents. Last year, more than 80,000 hours, venue hours were open to the public free of charge or at a low charge. More than 5 million people benefited from it, and more than 700 sporting events were held in these venues. In terms of sporting activities, we renovate sporting space in city parks and communities to add dynamism to the city of Chengdu. We make sure that such sporting space is accessible within 15 minutes of travel, and we trained many health advisors in opportunities and organized more than 6,400 community sporting events to spread the joy of sport to more residents in the city. In terms of culture, we have held many culture exchange programs surrounding the FISU Games. For example, Music Week, Arts Exhibition Weeks, and we held FISU-centered exhibitions and performances in communities and schools. We also encourage Chengdu people to learn a foreign language and learn about the protocols when interacting with foreigners, to encourage them to become a part of the games. In terms of environment, Chengdu is focusing on low-carbon goals, and we are mobilizing the people participating in the games to bear in mind carbon neutrality goals. We're improving the parks and make sure that these parks are a sight to see. So these are some of the measures that we've taken to welcome guests around the world to enjoy their time in Chengdu. Thank you. One last question, please. The success of a games often comes with the spread of a sporting spirit. So what are the principles of the FISU Games, and what preparations are being made to encouraging people to take part in sports? Thank you for your question. The purpose of this game is to hold a streamlined, safe, and splendid games. It is throughout every part and everything that we did. So along with games preparations, we encourage people to take part in sports and exercises. We introduced many outdoor hiking tracks, gave out event tickets at a concessional rate, and handed out many coupons for sport-related expenditures. We encourage people to enjoy the city parks and take a stroll on the green lanes, what we call green lanes in the cities. We aim to make people more passionate about sports and health and use well this opportunity given by the FISU Games. Thank you. So our briefing session has come to an end. Thank you, everyone.